Hey, what's up? Welcome to the Writer's Block Party Podcast. I'm your host, R.C. Cepeda. We are a podcast about creators being creative. We come up with ideas for a movie, TV show, or product, and we get to invite you along for the journey and the process. In this week's episode with Chris Menown from the house in South Bronson. Together, we are spitballing dozens of ideas from spitball cannons to potato guns. Take it away, R.C. This is Writer's Block Party Podcast. We are here with Andrew Cudzillo.
Hello.
And our guest, Chris Menown.
Howdy.
But before we get into that, I would love to share our love for our sponsor, Earthsome. They're an amazing company. They have a great blend called the Power Up Blend. Basically, it's coffee without the caffeine, and it's all natural nutrients. Just go to earthsumeshop.com, earthsumeshop.com. Apply the promo code WBP for 10% off. WBP.
Sounds like a good deal.
I'm just impressed that you guys have sponsors.
I was
not expecting that.
All right, so Chris, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
The basic idea, how you choose a platform, and then choose the title, and kind of make your own adventure from there, where we get creative. It could be as silly as we want it. It could be as serious. It's an open-ended concept.
Okay.
The idea is just having a good time, and maybe, just maybe, we could pitch this to a company, and they'll be like, "Holy shit, we want that. We want you guys done."
All right.
That's
cool.
Does that make sense?
So
It
bring
does.
your A game. You need $1 million idea.
Or-
This is our,
It's all on you, basically.
it's a grandiose way of doing it.
I'm reminded of a couple ideas that you and I came up with on the way to Vegas.
I don't even know if I remember those.
Should that
ideas.
stay in Vegas, as the saying goes?
Well, it was on the way to
I don't
Vegas.
know.
Oh,
Yeah, I
okay.
don't know.
So
Do we
that doesn't
wanna
count if
show
it's on the way to
Yeah,
Vegas.
it
Right?
wouldn't happen in Vegas.
It's like what happens on the way to Vegas
Happened
doesn't
like
necessarily
happened in
Yeah,
Boston.
These were Thosby ideas that we never really delved into.
Now I do gotta say really quick is you will hear the word Thosby, and it's a great word. It's a great name. Would you like to actually explain to the audience what when they hear Thosby what that means?
You go for it.
What?
You're the guest.
Oh, man. Well, once upon a time, we, this guy and I and a few other people lived.
Some folks.
Some folk. Hey, I'm supposed to pretend like he's not here, so.
Oh, for the love of God. There goes
Thosby
the
stands
fourth wall.
for the House in South Bronson, which was a sketch comedy series that we wrote and produced out of our house in Koreatown, once upon a time.
Yeah. Well,
I always wondered where that was.
it's like
Where the
on
house
very,
was.
yeah, like the very west end of Koreatown.
it's right, like literally the entryway, I would say,
Yeah.
on Wilshire to Koreatown.
So it was on the cusp of.
On the cusp.
It's like Wilshire and Crenshaw.
Yeah.
I just want to say on the cusp. So
It's a
That's
nice
good.
word, cusp.
it
Feels
is.
good to say.
Oh man, it does.
I just the notion of this is just what I think of when I hear cusp. Is that a universal understanding? No.
Yeah, cusp.
Cusp? No, I feel like the
Yeah,
cusp
you-
is like here. I always do like a.
Well, yeah, it's a
Oh.
word that you have to use that hand motion when you say
Yeah.
it.
Is it because it feels like
Because-
it's round?
It's just, you're cusping.
Wow.
All right, so Chris, what's it gonna be? We got TV show, movie, product.
Let's do a movie.
Movie. All right, great. Glad you said that. So,
Okay.
so I came up with 3 titles that I think would work. Baker's Dozen. You Got Served. Or Sasha's Baron Colon. So her colon's barren, so
I
she's.
got you. No, I got you.
Yeah,
I see what you did
There's a play on words.
it is.
there. A lot of stuff happening there.
It's a lot.
And it involves somebody clearly named Sasha,
It is.
but not Sasha Baron Cohen, which might actually.
I know a Sasha.
I can't say I know it's Sasha. So, out of those
I
3.
don't know her intimately.
Wow. Oh, Jesus.
I really know of her more than I know her.
So which option
Which one do you want to go with?
did you want to go with
Oh, jeez.
there? Choose your own adventure.
Let's do Baker's Dozen.
Baker's Dozen, all right.
Yeah. You see Baker's Dozen, and I think Dirty Dozen.
See,
I think
Ooh.
like a war movie.
well,
I think not.
Maybe like a play on the Dirty Dozen, but like kids playing paintball, having
Okay.
like a war.
is
You know,
Baker
it's like a
like
war in
a
the
John
neighborhood.
Baker?
It
or
could be
yeah.
that.
Tim Baker?
John Baker's
Yeah.
like the leader of this paintball crew in this neighborhood.
Okay, I think we're onto something. All right.
Yeah.
And now, what age range are these kids?
Oh, like on the cusp of,
Wait, hold on.
you know, their voices are starting to drop.
What? It's not an age group.
They're not quite at my level.
Mine
they're
dropped like a year ago.
his pitch.
So like,
My pitch is still squeaky and weird.
Yeah, no. I mean,
And
young
constant
kids,
puberty.
like, you know, before they go off to high school, like kids,
All right.
you know.
Listen,
So
man.
John Baker, is it 10 kids and it's him and his wife, the Bakers?
I think they're kids. They're age.
So okay, the main kid is the leader of the pack,
Yeah.
and his name is John Baker.
He's gotta be the cool kid.
Okay. Oh,
John
I like
Baker.
this.
See, John Baker's such a great fucking
Yeah,
actor.
kind of roll off the name, John.
Is there a John
John
Baker actor that is
Coming this
alive?
summer, John Baker
No.
in Baker's Dozen.
Is there an actor
That's-
named Baker? Is it?
I don't
Famous
know.
one?
I don't know. I have a friend who's got a last name Baker.
I have an Amanda Baker
Shout
friend.
out to
yeah.
Travis.
Yeah, Amanda Baker.
Yeah. Travis Baker.
No one famous.
Amanda
I can't
Baker.
I can't think of any famous actor.
Even more recent. So okay, well, if we're thinking kids, do we want to go Sandlot era-esque or Sandlot-esque?
So that's what I'm
That
thinking.
kind of
Sandlot
comedy?
era.
Yeah.
It's like
Okay.
a serious war movie, but these kids are using paintballs.
I
and
like that.
fucking,
What is the reason that they're at war? We gotta think of that. We gotta come up with like a
What's
good
the
reason.
war?
Yeah. What
What's
war
the
is
war
it?
they're fighting?
Yeah.
With paintball. So it's clear what, like a neighborhood war?
Yeah, it's a neighborhood war.
So it's all like
Think
good,
like-
clean fun.
Yeah, like
Is
the
it?
Sergio
Is
Leone
it?
style,
Yeah.
like. Yeah, exactly.
Wah, wah,
Exactly.
wah.
Yeah,
Like the more serious these kids take it, the funnier it is.
Like
Okay.
they're suiting up and they got the
Yeah.
lines right there. Are they? Is there
So
like
it's
a?
it's aggressive. It's a thing. They take it very seriously.
Fuck yeah, man.
I like it.
Yeah.
So John Baker, is he like, okay, when I think of John Baker, I think of this cool kid. I think of the kid from Monster Squad. Please tell me you've seen Monster Squad. I just got a couple blank looks about Monster Squad.
Is that the? I'm thinking Little
Before my
Monsters
time.
with Savage, Fred Savage.
Jeez, no.
That was a good one too, though.
Yeah.
That was
This
a
might
great
have
one.
actually been
that's what I was
before
thinking of,
This
too.
was before Little Monsters.
No, you tell us what Monster Squad is.
Well, it's irrelevant because if you guys don't know, any of you who've seen Monster Squad will know that the cool kid, whose name I can't remember, which is really terrible to reference something if I can't remember the character's name. His introduction is he rolls up on a bike, like a BMX bike, a Huffy, and he burns it out at the end, and he turns the wheel, and because some kid's getting picked on, and he rolls up because it's his friend, but you don't know, and he's just like, hey, he's got sunglasses and a black leather jacket and a white shirt, I think, and black jeans, and the Malone and some shit like that, I don't know. And then he lights the match for a cigarette off his sneaker,
That's cool.
and he's like real bad. It's like his intro's perfect. Like, oh, this is everything he should be. Because you know, no matter what, he's a badass. He sets it up like, that guy's so cool. I want to be that guy. I want to hang out with that guy. Same with in Sandlot. What's his name?
Benny the Jet
Benny
Rodriguez.
the Jet
Rodriguez.
Jet
Rodriguez.
Rodriguez.
That,
so
that
cool.
name is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
That is cool.
So we gotta have one for John Baker.
John Baker.
Like not the heater. That's Sandlot
No,
already.
it's got to not be baseball. Remember, it's
Yeah,
Nerf War.
exactly.
John Laser
paintball.
Eye. No, Laser Eye's lame.
John Hot Biscuits Baker.
Hot biscuits. What does that even mean?
John Hot Biscuits. HB. Yo, HB.
John HB. What does HB stand for, John? Hot biscuits. My mom called me that. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's the joke. Is it's HB and that's what they call him. Even though John Baker sounds good.
HB's kind of cool though.
I love that. I love
Happy
that. All right.
birthday.
John Hot
Baker.
Biscuits Baker.
All right. So you mentioned
He's like the leader. I'm envisioning. He's kind of like Benny the Jet. I mean, he's like the leader. Of
He's
this
the cool
ragtag
kid.
group.
He's
He's
the
the
cool.
cool
Yeah.
guy. Well, he's not necessarily the leader. He's like both, but he's both like the quintessential. We need this. He's the cool guy, but he's also like muscle, I guess.
So like
Yeah.
he's the one that he saves them in the war.
He's
He
the guy
comes
always
in.
taking care
He's
of
just like I
things.
just see him skidding on his knees, just with the paintball gun,
My
just kind of
concern
going
is maybe
crazy.
he's too cool.
Well-
Maybe you save John Baker for. Maybe you turn this guy into something else. You save John Baker for somebody else. Then maybe John Baker's more of like a.
But how cool is
relatable
that?
guy.
That like the name is Baker's Dozen, based on John Baker, and he's just like that one guy at the end.
So nobody knows
Baker's
for the whole
does.
film. We basically
John
don't
Baker.
call back to the film title
Yeah.
until the very end. We're
Is
like,
Billy Baker a better name?
That's his brother. It could be a set of
Ooh,
brothers.
he's got a little brother, Billy
Baker's
Baker.
Dozen.
So he's saving Billy
See,
Baker.
that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Like, we gotta have like life and death stakes in this thing. Like some kid gets kidnapped by the other kids. Like maybe some new kids move into the neighborhood and they got like bigger, better paintball equipment. And John Baker and his buddies are like, no, fuck these guys.
The bigger, better Bakers.
another family called Baker. So not only are we competing for the war, so the war is over the turf. Baker's Dozen. Is that what you're saying?
There could be a torture scene in it where like,
What?
no. You remember?
I made this movie when I was in high school. There was a guy, a friend of mine,
You
always
remember
played.
like the little butterfly like rubber band things
Yeah.
that we would do to each other like
Yeah.
in grade
Yeah,
school? Like,
yeah.
So
imagine
are
some
those?
kid just like
They
they
just
just keep fucking doing
the
the
tortures is really shitty,
Yeah.
childlike shit.
Yeah, man.
I can already see the trailer. Bigger, better Bakers.
But see, that's funny though. What if that's the? So most of these movies, take The Sandlot. The Sandlot put everything so big. The stakes were high
Yeah.
because to the kids, the stakes were high.
Yeah.
Because the dog, the beast, was an actual beast to them. We saw how big and scary it was. It was a fucking nice dog.
At the end, at the end.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, this whole movie is from the kid's perspective.
So everything's
they take
huge.
this so fucking seriously.
Which is why it's funny, I think, when we introduce another family who's maybe their last name is Bakers, and they want to take the title of his team, Baker's Dozen, which is his paintball squad, and that starts the rift between the two Baker households, but mostly the kids.
So
Is
maybe
that ridiculous? Is that too much Baker?
should they be like another,
I think
like a foreign exchange family, like the Buckers or something? No.
So they go by some stupid, almost like
It's spelled Baker.
almost like
but they're going with that.
Talladega
Yeah.
Nights, like Ricky Bobby.
Yeah.
He was
I
French.
think the reason for not liking
whatever.
each other
I don't hate
could
the
be.
French. French are
I
great.
think the reason could be legitimate. Like the new kid starts dating John Baker's sister or something. You know?
John,
It's
so
like-
we have two Baker
Yeah,
sons
okay.
and a sister. Is the
Yeah.
sister like attractive, like cool, hot model, or is she just like
The Wendy
is
Pepper.
she part of the Baker's Dozen? Maybe this is a time we can include her in on the paintball team. Maybe they're all the same
She
age.
should be on the team.
She's on the team.
Fine. All I'm saying is the reason that
Well,
these
hormones
kids,
are kicking in now.
All I'm saying is the
Now
reason
it's
these
an
kids don't like each other could be serious. It should be serious. It should be personal. It should be,
So you don't want this to be funny or family friendly. You want this to be like
no,
aggressive.
it's funny to us, the audience. It's
Yeah.
not funny to them.
Yeah, well, yeah. Nothing's ever funny to them. And-
So like My Girl, like that dramatic
oh,
and
that's
that.
dramatic. Like that actually.
That's-
He can't
a
see
little-
that as
We're not gonna
glasses.
kill somebody off with bee stings.
Yeah,
at
that
the end.
would not be good.
That's terrible.
No, Sandlot-
Spoiler
Sandlot's
alert,
like a perfect-
My Girl ends with Macaulay Culkin dying with bee stings. Should have said that.
All right, let's take a little break from the Baker's Dozen. Question time.
Okay,
You okay with questions?
I'm good. I don't have to ask questions, do I?
Yeah, you didn't
No.
bring your question.
To go with Thosby, because we're in the house of Thosby. Oh, get it, house. Another house in the
Oh.
house. What was your favorite sketch? Whether that you were in it or that you like watching,
He wrote a bunch too, actually,
or that you wrote
and directed.
for Thosby. Yeah.
I did.
He did a lot of
I
things.
did a few. My favorite episode was a very special episode. That was the title.
That's good. That's a good.
There was a spoof on like those old '90s very special episodes. Yeah, from sitcoms in the '90s.
Nice.
We had like a previously on, but it was all bullshit. We just invented it, and yeah, it was a fun one.
Nice.
It's cinematically very pretty. It looks really
did. It
good.
looked
It
really
turns
good.
out really good.
I have to watch that one.
Yeah.
I've seen a few. I like
This guy actually plays me.
I play
At one point,
a roided out version of
Plays a
it.
roided out version of me. Yeah.
Clearly, I'm in impeccable shape.
And I really love the our first episode, the audition.
I like that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw that one. I saw the intern. The Pakistani alarm clock was always a good one.
Pakistani alarm clock.
It's a great one. This guy right
Classic.
there.
So let me get this
Yeah.
straight, RC. You saw exactly the first 5 episodes of our show and cut it out at that point in time?
I saw them a long time ago.
You got in the
We'll
first half
we'll
of
add the
season
tag
1.
right here, so that way
When
you
was the last time
can
you sat
find
down
the
and watched
link.
something that this guy produced?
I don't know. I actually, what have you produced recently? What else have
I
you
haven't produced
I don't think he produces anything.
Ah.
Yeah.
I
I
produced this bomb podcast though.
Bombcast.
Bombcast.
Hashtag.
This is where,
Right.
where you introduce the bomb effect.
Yes. And then remember Battle Royale.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Remember
That's-
Lincoln Beard? Lincoln Beard's probably my favorite one that I had nothing to do with.
That is
I
a fun
remember that
as well.
Yeah.
And then
That's hilarious.
I'm getting memory. I think in the intern, the guy Lincoln Beard asks her, "Have you seen Lincoln Beard?" No, or something like that, right? He asked her if she's seen Lincoln Beard,
Yeah.
and then he said no, and then he was really pissed.
Yeah.
That's, yeah, sounds like a thing we did.
All right, crazy life stories or comedic heroes. Who do you love that made you want to do what you're doing now?
Well, I don't know how funny he is, but I mean, Steven Spielberg.
Yeah,
Yeah. Hands down. I mean, yeah, he's not. I don't.
we don't know though. There's.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure the man's
He
got a
could
sense of
be-
humor.
What if he's like the most comedic person alive? He's just so quiet. that
Never
you don't
heard
think
that.
Yeah.
Nobody's ever been
No.
like, no, funny thing about Spielberg? Fucking hilarious. Guy's a non-stop riot. I mean, he might be. I don't know.
I don't think he's gonna watch this, but
He won't.
But yeah, man. No,
Or maybe, yeah.
I grew up watching his movies, man. I mean,
well,
he's
he's
synonymous
synonymous.
with Hollywood. To
He's
me,
he's
you know?
he's an epic. He's one of those epic
a
directors.
legend,
Yeah,
yeah.
legend for sure.
That's a good way to look at it.
But I mean, on a personal level, like, yeah, he's probably number one.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
I peeked into IMDb. Is that okay? Is that weird?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
You peeked through his IMDb.
I did, just like a
it's a
little
public website, RC. You can just go to it.
Yeah, so you're on the production end. I like that, which is
Mhm.
obviously makes sense why you love Spielberg. So that's
Mhm.
kind of what gave you the love for that craft and that art.
Yeah, totally.
Nice.
I am on the production end.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
It is.
Thanks.
I see all this.
I don't know.
I'm
I know
in the
what it is.
service industry. All
It's
right?
a lot of fun. You know, it beats sitting in an office. I mean,
Yeah.
that's been my thing since day one. Is I hate sitting in an office. Like, I like being on my feet. So
My
being
day
on
job
set
is I
all
sit
day.
in an office.
It's like
That's actually real, right? That's true.
my whole life
At the
philosophy
moment,
is
yeah.
My whole life philosophy is don't end up like Andrew Kinsella.
Oh wow.
I mean,
That's
I thought you
smart.
were laughing at that.
No, you should. No, I'm agreeing with you. I tell people all day,
I thought-
don't do anything the way I've done it. Absolutely the worst way to do it.
yeah.
All right, Baker's dozen.
Baker's
Let's go back to that.
Yeah,
All right.
so they could have a potato gun. Have you ever shot a fucking potato gun?
Never, and I've always wanted to.
Those things are
I love
awesome,
your
man.
excitement. It makes you excited
Those
to
things
want
are
to fucking do
awesome.
it.
I don't remember the last time I
They're
shot a potato
really
gun.
violent.
How do
Like,
you?
you get hit with a potato gun,
it
like
hurts?
it fucking hurts, dude.
Yeah, no, if
Do
you're
you-
getting hit with a potato.
It's a goddamn potato.
It's a.
It could kill you.
It's shooting a whole potatoes, though, right? For some reason, I'm thinking it like chips it, and you have like little
Think
BB
like, it's like a
pellets of
homemade
potatoes.
bazooka that
Yeah,
shoots a fucking potato.
it pressurizes it. And,
These kids have got weapons, just all kinds of weapons, everything but real weapons.
I love that.
You know?
well,
I
I
love
don't know. A
that.
potato
Yeah.
gun can kill somebody. It's kind of a real weapon.
What if it's a mashed potato
I mean,
gun?
it's not.
It's not. Nobody wants mashed potatoes flung at anybody.
Dude,
It's
On the other
messy.
hand-
It's
Oh my God,
It's
that
delicious.
So
sounds
you're telling me
amazing.
these wars are violent, dirty, like food fights?
the mashed potato gun.
Oh my God! I will say
Coming
this.
to a Thanksgiving near you.
What if
we
one of
could
the
actually
battles
market
does
that.
get?
That would sell. Actually,
What? Yeah.
That's
that would
genius.
fucking sell.
But what if one of the battles really does turn into like maybe guys bring out a potato gun and somebody else brings out a marshmallow cannon and then maybe everybody gets over the top with their food weapon
Right.
and then that's what it is. Maybe at some point in time everyone's like after it's over, the guy gets out of it. He's like, oh God.
And at some
War
point,
is messy.
Like, the bad boy on the crew fills a whole bunch of water balloons with like sulfuric acid.
That's.
What?
Why am I laughing at that?
That's not.
Hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric. I don't think that would eat through a balloon.
I'm not a scientist. I have no
I don't
idea.
know either.
I feel
You know what I think
biology.
is hilarious? If we took real guns, swapped out their Nerf guns for an AK-47 and just saw what happened. Guy goes down, he's like, I'm gonna get you all with my
Hey,
pellet
you know
gun.
what?
What other-
There's
what
no
other-
bad ideas in spitballing, guys.
What other spitball? Okay, we have to have spitball for sure. Spitballs on there, potato guns.
Oh, I was saying-
spitballing.
I was saying,
But I'm thinking of what we gotta think of the arsenal for these things for this movie.
the
Right?
arsenal.
Yeah. So potato gun, the rubber band. What do you call it? Butterfly shots.
Well, rubber band gun is a thing. But
Yeah,
they make those
true.
crazy ones now that have multiple like rubber bands and you can if you take the time to load this stupid thing up.
Just to shoot
I
things.
had some homemade ones when I was a kid. We made
Yeah.
some.
I just used it for my fingers on that one.
Well,
That's-
fingers were good.
Yeah,
but-
and fingers are good too.
Well, we were talking about the rubber bands for torturing somebody. You get a rubber band, you wrap it around your finger, and you
It's
just start
called butterfly.
popping it.
Yeah, just,
in one spot. And
Or,
Yeah.
oh my God, did you ever
Repeat
play
it.
quarters as a kid? Quarters is where you you spin a quarter, two people. You
Yeah.
spin a quarter, and then somebody else would spin the quarter, and you keep you have to touch it. Like each player has to touch it and keep it spinning. But
Yeah.
if you touch it and it falls, then you have to put your knuckles down on the table, and the other person gets to fling the quarter
at your knuckles.
at your knuckles.
Yeah.
That would be something where you could be like tortured people.
imagine they're like torturing this kid, but they're careful to do it in like places of his body that won't show because he's got to go to church.
He's like, hey man, here and up, just here and up.
That's a good
his
scene.
mom can't see.
Well, wait, but
His
let's.
first communion is later.
This is fun. This is actually really
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
But what's the story?
Well, yeah.
We got to figure out exactly why the
Like,
the
why
war.
are we where we are? Like, what gets them?
Maybe this is the last summer before all these kids go off to high school or something. You know, and they want to have this is like
Like their
something
last
they
hurrah,
do.
their last-
Yeah, exactly. They do
Are
this
they
every
at
summer.
a camp? They all went off to like summer camp, and so like this is the last time
Maybe
they're all
they're
together.
at camp. I was actually thinking Midwestern neighborhood.
Don't
but
we
camp works.
live in a time now though where we would want to share that? I guess the moral of the story would be like, hey, you're never too young to find your inner kid, or because maybe these kids have this pressure to grow up because you're going to high school, but they just love getting in fake wars and fighting each other.
I just had this idea though, like a bunch of kids, like they do this every summer, right? And this is gonna be their last hurrah, but then like a group of like terrorists move in and take over this neighborhood. So these kids that have always sort of played at war now have to be the heroes of this neighborhood.
Red Dawn?
And like, what? Oh, it's not Red Dawn. It's not. I mean.
So you mean it's not like a scenario where terrorists?
Well,
come
no,
take
it
over
is.
a
It's
town?
exactly what it is. But it's kids, and they got fucking paintball guns, and they gotta like outsmart these terrorists.
So
That is
tell me-
not the plot of Red
Yeah,
Dawn.
close enough.
No, it's not.
Might as well be.
The plot, no.
I never saw Red
No,
Dawn,
it's
so I
not.
have no
Red
idea.
Dawn
Wait.
is about military commandos.
okay.
Dude. These are fucking kids.
The original Red Dawn, which took place in the 80s, starring
I'm familiar with the
Patrick
title.
Swayze.
Patrick Swayze.
I could picture the title on my
he
Netflix queue.
basically, he's a kid, like a bunch of neighborhood kids don't get captured by these Russian militants who come in and take over.
Oh, fuck, that is kind of like Red Dawn. It's like Red Dawn. Baker's dozen. It's
Wow.
like Red Dawn.
That's
No, you're right. I forgot about the kids.
Let the record show.
Okay, but it's,
By the way,
this is-
Chris
it's good
Hemsworth remade that movie,
Yes.
and it
They
was
did.
just as bad.
It was terrible.
If not
So the
worse.
But it
original
was
was
North
bad?
Korean bad guys
It
and
was
not
North
Russian
Korean,
guys,
yeah.
which is the same thing they did
I
in the
think-
movie White House Down. Is they made them like North Korean
We
bad guys.
need
or something.
good foreign terrorists for this one, but we can't do anything that's ever been done. Like Jamaican terrorists.
That's actually never been
Whoa, why
That's
Jamaica?
never been done.
No.
It's just never
Nobody
been done.
hates Jamaicans though. Pick a country where people
British
are like,
terrorists.
nobody wants. That's too easy. That's
Yeah.
old school. I'm talking like
Canadian
pick
terrorists.
Canadians are too nice, man. I literally
That's
read an
what's
article.
funny about it.
I literally read an article about how this really polite guy robbed a bank in the '60s, and then like they talked about how when we arrested him, we didn't put him in shackles because. Well, he's super nice. Like,
Well, I don't
he's
know.
the friendliest guy in the world because he's Canadian.
Whatever nationality of terrorist is funny.
No, we should-
New
we should-
Zealand terrorists.
Why is that?
That
us?
would be
Wait,
fucking
but
hilarious.
do we want to like them or do we want to hate them?
We want to love to hate them.
Well,
This
then-
is a comedy.
okay,
This is
okay.
a kids
Their
movie.
actions
These
could
are
just be like really shitty. Like they could just really fucked up shit. Like, oh, that's how we do it in New Zealand.
yeah.
Like they killed like.
That's spot on, by the way. That was
That's,
note to self. RC.
that's how we do it
Dialect
in Canada.
Yeah, man. Here we are partying in Afghanistan.
Here we are in Canada, man.
Don't you know?
Don't you know how we do things here?
They're just
Japan?
Jamaican terrorists
No,
who've been
that's right.
hiding out in Canada for 10 years. And then they make it to
That's
the
a lot. Why are they
Belt.
mad though? Why did you make it terror? Why would
It doesn't
anybody
matter,
be
man.
mad about that?
They're fucking terrorists. They're terrorists. It's never been done before.
Just so
We
we
should make them Chinese though, because we always get. I mean, you
Pearl
notice
Harbor.
I've noticed recently we've done a lot of negative Asian country stuff. Like our current terrorism
want to market
situation
it
has
to
been North
North Koreans.
Koreans.
Yeah.
You want to market it to China.
You do want to market it. Well, marketing in China is great because that's a huge film market.
Yeah.
So
So
you're
that's what I'm
saying
saying,
find
the
a way to
terrorists should
tie
be
in.
Chinese.
Why would no? You don't want to promote a movie that's negative China
No.
in China.
We'll have a Chinese
definitely don't
kid
wanna
on
do
the
that.
good dad team. We'll have like short round. What's that kid up to? We'll get
From the
short round.
Goonies. He's like 80.
He's not 80.
He's not. He's actually.
I bet, dude, he
Probably
probably
40.
still passes for 15.
All right, let's think.
Got one of those
Let's
faces.
think trailer. What's gonna get the people going and want to watch this film? What's gonna make this like the box office just with Baker's does it? The
Put
Baker's box
Justin
office.
Bieber in it.
Oh, that's actually.
Beavers does it.
No.
Bieber's
No.
that's lame.
It works if his name's not.
He
on it.
can't be John.
I said
fucking Baker.
Bieber.
He's not a
no,
John
We
Baker.
need that. No, forget Bieber.
No, who's a John Baker? You know who's kind of cool? What's that kid from Call Me by Your Name? Timothy Chalamet? Chalamet?
Yeah.
No.
He can be in
I've been
it.
catching him in some stuff
He's like
recently.
25 or something though.
Yeah, but he looks like a teenager. Is what I'm saying.
All right, cool.
I'm saying
Yeah.
he's cool, or he's our lead, and you still find a cool guy who's clearly not a teenager, like a young teenager, but he
Yeah.
could be playing a young teenager, which is even
I
better.
know some teenagers from the show I used to work on.
Yeah. Would they be down?
That'd be good.
Do
I think
you
they'd
know
do
if-
it. Yeah.
Do you remember the movie? It was about two guy football players who end up becoming cheerleaders so they can hang out with hot chicks all summer instead of going to smelly old football camp. Fired Up,
No.
I think. Anyway, it's actually kind of funny. There's a lot of really funny bits in it. The idea of that is that these actors are clear. These guys who played them are like clearly like Eric Christian Olsen, I think, was in this movie.
Oh well, I'm sure it's great then.
No. But the point I'm making is that it's you don't like him.
Who likes Eric Christian?
He's not bad. Come on, you don't hate him.
When was the
He's a
last time he
17-year-old.
was in a movie that you walked away from and was like, that was fucking great?
Is he
Fired
the
up.
Jim Carrey? Is he the Jim Carrey in
No.
Dumb and Dumber?
Yes.
Okay, that's the one I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not the
man.
best.
Oh, come on, he's on like
Exactly.
NCIS LA.
There's an NCIS
He's
LA.
actually in a movie called
Yeah,
Last
is that what
Kiss
it's
that I
called?
like.
What?
He's in a movie called
Last Kiss. That was a really sad
Yeah.
movie about relationships.
Good.
Zach Braff followed
What?
up.
That is a
Garden
really
State with.
depressing movie. I
Super
really like
depressing. It is great. I actually
I like
really
it.
enjoy that movie
it.
as
Good
well.
performances.
I don't think I've seen
A
it.
lot of
Even
good
bad.
acting.
Okay, wait. Why are you saying him? Who is he
The
gonna
point
be?
I was making was that clearly even in that movie, they're playing 17-year-olds.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they're clearly, this wasn't even done when they were near 17. They were clearly like in their 30s
Is
doing
it
this movie.
in the movie though? Are they genuinely trying to be 17?
They're
trying to pass it
clearly
on?
I
playing
think
high
they're-
school kids in high school.
I think they're Sandlot age. But that's just me.
So you want to hire young 20 and under.
18
is this
to look
is this
younger.
a 20 and younger looking?
18 is a look younger.
Okay.
That's a cat.
I would agree.
You know what you do? You hire
Just
your
get a bunch of fucking Instagram celebrities, man.
just not Instagram celebrities, actual actors who are maybe have a good following.
Actual actors are losing out.
I wonder
Instagram
how many
celebs.
kid actors there are like nowadays. Right? I would assume like there's.
They don't
As
have
opposed to,
kids,
like, back
they're
in the day?
19.
But in that
yeah,
range,
they would be
There's
early
got to be.
20s.
You said that you worked with a lot, right? Like how many total would you say?
Well, I mean, on the show, I mean, our whole cast is between 13 and 17.
But that was how many
that
years
was
ago?
4 years ago.
Yeah, they're all
So
like 18,
the
19,
oldest
20
is like,
now.
like 19, I think is
Yeah.
the oldest one is maybe.
But
yeah.
they also look freaking young.
Yeah, I mean, they
You
look
can
young.
hire
Yeah,
them.
no,
Yeah.
they would work.
You don't have to worry about labor laws.
They'd work.
Which is great.
Get Selena Gomez in it.
Oh, that would kill.
Hey, I love Selena Gomez. She's actually a good actress. Her timing is actually she's really good.
Wait, did you see the Netflix movie she did with
Oh.
Paul Rudd? He plays like a nanny.
Yeah,
Selena
yeah.
Gomez in it. She's
That's
great.
great. It's
The
good.
Mute.
Wait, was that Selena
What was it
Gomez that was
called?
in there?
It's Selena Gomez.
She's great.
I was really
She's in one
impressed.
with Nicolas Cage, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know what that was.
She probably steals it.
Driver.
Yeah. Let's sum it up.
All right, what do we got?
I think we're sold on age range,
Yeah.
Yeah.
13, 18,
Yeah.
right? We got to figure out summer camp or neighborhood.
Neighborhood.
Neighborhood's
It's
good.
Neighborhood. Safe.
Neighborhood's
easy,
good.
Clean.
Cool. Two families.
Summer camp works too.
Two
though.
bakers.
Do we want to go 2 bakers or is that not decided?
Do, we just, do you guys not like the terrorist idea?
No,
That's what we're
it's
trying
two
to
different
decide.
ideas. Yeah, if it's terrorists, then it's. But if they're terrorists, then they are making their own weapons, or they're pulling out actual weapons. Like,
The
is
kids
there-
don't have real weapons, so they're
But I'm saying.
Do you want to do like Home Alone, where
Is
like
it like
they
That's what I'm
actually-
saying. It's
yeah.
kind of like Home Alone.
So they
like
actually-
these
that's
kids have to
actually
fight
cool.
out the
It's a
terrorists.
Home Alone
So it's like
war.
seriously like
Yeah.
they're legitimately threat to
Think
life.
Home Alone, but multiple Macaulays and on a neighborhood scale.
Oh my god, I
snaps.
like that.
Yeah.
And we can even reference Home Alone because it's long
Yeah.
enough that they can go, wait, so what do you say we do about these terrorists? They go, oh, Home Alone style, Home Alone style. And then boom, Home Alone style montage.
Boom.
Done.
So, yeah. Throw some
They-
John Williams
they
in it. We got to
totally-
get John Williams to do this
Yes.
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can do parts of that
He's
story.
available.
I think so. I
free.
can
He's
call
down.
him. Let me.
You
He's
have
only
him.
doing
Yeah.
Star Wars.
He
these
doesn't
days.
take my
Yeah.
calls anymore.
He's actually watching it on Instagram Live. Macaulay Culkin's back in action. So
Macaulay
he-
Culkin plays somebody's dad.
It is.
What if he comes back and he's like, what? He's the savior. He's a cool guy, the badass.
No. He can't be in it. And he probably won't. Because
No, I
judging by
think-
what
and
I've
he
seen
does
of him,
all
he seems
the
like he
Home
doesn't
Alone
want to
stuff.
deal with any of that.
Oh no, I think he is in it, and we marketed him that way. But then he dies in like the first act.
Oh,
He's your Drew
kill him
Barrymore in
off.
Kill him
Scream.
off. Exactly. He's a
kill
Drew
him
Barrymore
off.
in Scream. We kill off Macaulay. I bet he would love it, dude.
But does
I
he
bet
get
would love
murdered?
it.
Does he gets murdered?
He gets straight up
He's a
killed.
potato
Mercilessly
gun.
murdered.
He gets killed
Oh
by the
my God,
potato
what a
gun
cool
for
cameo.
sure.
No, the potato gun kills him. A bad guy, a terrorist, picks it up and goes, "This thing you think is going to stop me?" Wherever the fuck they're from, Austria, I don't know now. Wherever the fuck the guy picks it up and he shoots the dude with the potato gun, and it's Macaulay Culkin. He's like, "No!" And he jumps in, and it actually hits him. And he's like,
Yes.
"Oh, it's not too bad." And then his head explodes.
What? And then a paint can drops.
Oh,
him
a
out
big
of
can
the
drops out and hits him. One of his own things actually kills him, annihilates him, and the bad guys are like, "Holy shit, I did not see
They
that
gotta hit him in
coming."
the face with a shovel too,
Yeah.
like to get him back for what he
Yeah.
did to the old man.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, he would
Yeah, I bet he'd
might
do
do
it.
that.
I mean,
do
he's
it.
Why the
if,
fuck
if
not?
he does the Pizza Underground and like the Bunny Ears podcast, was actually really really good.
Yeah.
I think he'd be down for that. Like,
I'm just
totally.
saying, Macaulay, if you're watching, I'm a huge fan.
He was on Joe Rogan recently.
That
Oh,
would
really?
be
I wanna watch it.
cool
Nice.
if you do a cameo in our Make Believe film.
Do it, Macaulay.
Do
Macaulay
do it for
Culkin's-
us,
Macaulay.
because you might be the only reason we can get this made is if you're on board to die in the first 20 minutes or less.
You know, he's not that much older than me.
Great. You could have been Macaulay Culkin.
I'm just saying.
Didn't work out. Damn. Me too. Every day I go, could have been Brad Pitt.
Yeah, by that, well, I could have been Mother Teresa. That didn't work out.
I can see that.
What's holding you back?
Yeah, but it
Something.
could have been anybody.
I could have been anybody. I'm not.
All right, so I think we got something solid, right? We got
Great.
something.
Yeah.
I love it.
We got some juicy bits and pieces,
I think it's a great way to sell it too. That's a nice little like what do you call
like,
it?
and then
Oh,
Macaulay,
one-liner? Yeah.
just end like that, and then
It's
Macaulay.
like Home Alone on a neighborhood scale with multiple Macaulays.
Funny version of Red Dawn, a better version of Red Dawn, with 100
which
Macaulay Culkin.
wouldn't be hard to do.
I gotta watch
facing
this
a
original one.
new terrorist, which we haven't come up with. Could be Jamaican, could be Canadian. I don't know.
What if
Not
they're
sure.
Jamaican? They're Jamaican Canadian.
Maybe that's it. Maybe they are like
it's a new breed
they're
of
Jamaican
terrorists.
Canadians who are just so confused. They're like, fuck it. I don't like hot weather. I don't like the snow. And fuck America. yeah, man. Doesn't make any
Jamaicans have never been the bad guys.
Yeah, because they won. They were in Cool Runnings and they run fast. And
I'm trying to think of the villain in
smoke a
Cool
lot of
Runnings.
weed.
It was just the villain was the
it's like wonderful. Country.
Federation, right? It wasn't any Jamaicans.
Yeah.
Let's take a little break.
Okay.
Another question.
Oh, we're still going. Okay.
No.
Yeah, what's the question?
Worst job ever.
Oh man, this could take some time. Worst job ever. Project Runway Juniors. Fuck
There was a
that show.
juniors.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Worst job ever.
Why?
It was shot in downtown LA for a month and a half. I've never seen so many homeless people's dicks in my life.
Lord knows I have. Wait, what?
Reality TV is so fucking cheap that they don't hire departments. They hire department heads and they just have PAs do everything.
That makes sense.
Everything.
That sucks.
Because that's how they get around. Hey.
That's how they get around paying you. I worked 6 days in a row. On the 6th day, these guys gave me a new set of start paperwork. Reality shows operate from 2 different production companies. Like if they work you 5 days in a row, on day 6 they give you start paperwork for the other production company.
Oh, so they can keep you on without.
So they can keep going without having to legally pay
That's
you
how
for
they
a
go.
6th day.
That's how they go through the system.
Yeah,
Wow.
that was a terrible fucking job.
Yeah. Was the
I will
was the
never
content
work
you're
reality
like
again.
on working on fun at least?
No.
To you?
Fucking Project Runway, dude. I mean, it's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
I'll never work reality again. I'm actually glad I had the job just so that now I know that reality television really is
Is
as
what
bad
you
as
don't
I
wanna
thought it
do,
was.
yeah.
Yeah,
I've honestly never been a big fan of reality TV.
it's garbage.
Like I've always.
Depends. I don't watch like the mainstays, like the Real Housewives and that. I can't stand any of that. But I will admit, I did binge watch Queer Eye, and I loved it. It was great.
That's reality.
It's technically a structured reality show. It's structured because it has a format, and it's more like a, I don't know, it's a lifestyle show. But in my opinion, I like that's something about
I've heard
this
a lot of
season.
good things about
Great.
Queer
It's actually
I thought it was like I thought it was like a
surprisingly heartwarming
sitcom.
and good.
That was
Tell
a
you something.
sitcom.
No, it's a reality based show. It's like a makeover show, but it's
Oh.
actually it's pretty good this year. It's
Yeah?
this last couple seasons, this new Netflix iteration.
I saw the billboard the other day, and that's why. But to me, I was just thinking it was. I
Well,
never
yeah,
seen a
'cause
trailer for it.
They
right?
should win the Emmy for reality TV. They really
Really?
should. Yeah,
Is that good?
Dude, I've talked to more people now of all shapes, colors, sizes, genders who've actually sat and watched through it and love it.
Let me tell you something. 2 years I've lived at our house right now. I've never seen Ollie and Daisy cuddle up on the couch and watch something just the two of them. Like 2 weeks ago, I come out of my room and there they are watching Queer Eye. It's like the first thing I've ever seen them just watch
Interesting.
in the living room as opposed to in their room.
Well, that's very nice.
So yeah, reality TV, man, worst job ever.
Worst job, the worst.
Never again.
All right,
Ever
cool.
again.
We were on something good.
I was saying the terrorists just need to be someone that everyone hates right now, and I kind of jokingly said white people.
That's what it
good.
was.
That's good.
It's true, and I think that's appropriate. And honestly, what if they were like alt-righters?
Yes.
It could be
Everybody
Yes.
hates alt-righters. It's been
That's
proven.
a unanimous thing.
There was an interesting political cartoon recently that showed the alt-righters here being focused on by the media. There's like 5 of them, and then all the people around them, which you don't see in the dark, is the rest of the country. People don't like the alt-righters. A bunch of tiki torch wearing polo shirt people running through trying to take over this neighborhood. Naturally, a set of kids with potato guns and homemade Home Alone devices could probably handle that. And I watch that because I want to see them all get smashed with a paint can.
I want to hear them say, "Not today."
Because Nazis should be punched. Always
Nazis for
punch
sure.
Nazis.
Fucking, why can't they just be Nazis? We'll just make them Nazis.
Is that okay?
Forget it.
Is
Like
that okay?
actual,
In
no,
this
actual like
climate
German
that we have
Nazis.
in
Like,
this-
I mean, these guys are
No,
like out of
Nazis.
their element, like out of their time period.
like straight up
fucking straight up
with the
Hitler era
suit
Nazis
uniforms
move
and
into this
shit.
neighborhood, and these
Yeah.
kids have to take them on.
Maybe that's it. Maybe it's a group of alt-righters who just decide, let's go balls to the wall. Gotta give them some credit for going big, I guess. They go balls
Full
to the wall,
Gestapo
and they go full
uniforms.
Gestapo modernized just a little bit. They even have their own outfits. They got their uniforms, and they try to take over a neighborhood. Maybe they got enough people that they can maybe take over. You know, like
Maybe they have a bunch of
Camden,
fake German
Ohio,
accents.
I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
That to
I
me
can
is
see
more
this.
interesting than a bunch of
Just a bunch of
redneck
Yeah.
white people.
No, I don't want to be just I don't want to be rednecks because if you look at the alt-right movement, it's a bunch of polo shirted,
Yeah,
khaki
it's
wearing
Nazis.
white
Nazis.
guys.
I like
It made me feel
it.
bad.
Like
You wear
Indiana
polo
Jones
shirts,
era fucking Nazis.
I like that.
But
Yeah.
I can visualize
they're
that.
modern.
Maybe it's even a time travel movie.
Oh, snaps.
Because Nazis are bad. I think, again, we can all agree.
Nazis, nobody likes
Wholeheartedly, everybody hates Nazis.
I could see people applauding when
Except
the
for
Nazis
Nazis.
die. So I could see that doing.
Yeah, because if they die, nobody's going to care. Nobody's going to care. Nobody's going to care. In a movie, I mean. In real life, somebody cares about somebody who dies.
I don't think so.
But Nazis, maybe not. Probably not.
All right.
Nazis are bad.
Are we sold on Nazis?
I love
Nazis,
it.
yeah.
No, alt-righters, full Nazi. Full Nazi alt-righters, I think.
Full Nazi alt-righters.
And naturally, you got the entire audience on board, because who isn't going to root the one guy?
And then, that'd be awesome.
Somebody who works in the White House is going to hate it. That'll be it. Which is only good publicity at this point in time. All right, cool. See our movie.
Baker's dozen.
Baker's
I think
dozen.
We
that's
got
it.
a winner.
Who should we try and get,
Who's our
our
tentpole
cast?
actor?
Yeah.
Who's
For
our...
John Baker. Whoops.
Okay, well, we already talked about Macaulay Culkin.
What about Zac Efron?
Is he a Nazi?
See, here's the thing. Now that we've done that, we can't have Macaulay Culkin die in the beginning because I don't want to see Macaulay Culkin die by a Nazi. Does that seem weird?
So
So
Macaulay Culkin's not in it.
Sorry,
We gotta
Macaulay.
keep Macaulay Culkin in. I feel.
No,
I
he has
personally
another
feel.
part.
Maybe he comes back at the end. Maybe we think
What if he's
dead.
is
What
the
a weird
time trip?
part! He could play the head alt-righter.
Oh snaps!
No.
He
It's
would.
edgy enough. He's not a Nazi. We know that. But he's a blonde-haired, blue-eyed dude who might just be looking for an edgy role in a fun, lighthearted, teenage kids kill Nazis kind of a way. I'd
Can he
watch
still
that.
act? Can he still act?
Yeah, he did Saved. He did Party Monster.
haven't seen
That was
anything
like
he was
years
in
ago.
since
God, I don't
Home
remember
Alone
what he's done
I
recently.
have no idea what he's done.
What about the hero? What about Zac Efron?
I love Zac Efron, but he's too old to play
Is he?
this. Yeah,
I think he's too old.
He's too
Yeah.
old.
Who's
He's
the new Zac Efron?
the kid Spider-Man.
Tom
fucking
Holland.
That would
That's
be good.
good.
That would be
That's
good.
good.
Yeah.
Literally, we just sprinkled hollandaise
Yeah,
sauce.
we
all
even
over
pulled
this.
like his buddy from Spider-Man in it too.
Over there.
Happy
Like-
Hollandaise.
You can get the Hawaiian
don't
kid
use
from
that.
Spider-Man in there too.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
the guy
His
that plays
best friend.
buddy.
Bring up.
Well,
You know
same
what?
role. Same fucking role.
Just pour it over the entire cast of Spider-Man
Just-
Homecoming.
yeah.
Michael Keaton, Zendaya. Bring them all over. Tony Stark.
Tony Stark, yeah.
He's
Fucking
not Robert Downey Jr.
Robert Downey
anymore.
Jr. can
No,
play
he's
John
just
Baker
Tony
Sr.
Stark. Oh my God, he'd be a great John Baker
He'd be a
Sr.
great John Baker
That
Sr.
would be fucking
Super
great.
easy. You get him in, you get him out. You can have all these big names in 5 seconds. 5 seconds.
That would
like
kill.
the movie Chef. 5-minute little cameos. They're out.
Who's the girl?
Still watch
Wait,
the
hold on.
movie.
I think they would
Who's the
do it
girl?
because they would love the chance to be on a film of killing a Nazi. Like that.
not
that would
and
be
not superheroes
yeah,
for 5 minutes.
Like that would be their selling point.
Is Selena Gomez? I like Selena Gomez.
I'm sold on her.
Does she look too old now? And would she still take a teenage role at this point in time? Now that she's growing up, and she's an
She could be the
adult?
big sister
I
of
don't
like
know.
Baker,
Or
John
maybe
Baker,
not.
like the hot big sister that like one of the kids that has like a.
Maybe
an
she's in her
admiration for
20s.
her.
I don't
Maybe
think
she's
she
playing
could play
her
Tom
age.
Holland's older sister, though.
She could no.
Maybe she's playing her age, and maybe one of the other people who help out the kids is the other guy who's close to her age, like the other neighborhood college-age kid,
Oh, okay.
who's like, I'm going to help you guys out, which maybe that's how you get Zac Efron.
And he's trying to get with
Maybe
Selena.
she's like the unattainable older girl, you know,
Like the
all
Wendy
guys kinda
Peppercorn.
like all the,
Yeah.
you know,
She's
Wendy-
back
yeah,
from
the Wendy
college for the
Peppercorn.
summer.
Yeah.
This obviously takes place over summer because
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
fake
summer.
Nazis only are available.
they
in
have
the
they have a
summertime.
time frame.
Yeah,
of course.
it's warm
We'll
out.
save a winter atmosphere for the sequel.
Tiki
Yeah.
torches are readily available at a Target right now. It's just, it all makes perfect sense.
You would know.
I worked at a Target. I know things.
What do you know?
I have nothing. I don't know shit. I know I didn't like working at Target.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey, Target actually knows a lot
I
about
didn't hate
people.
working at Target.
Why?
Have you ever, like Target profiles every single one of their customers.
I have no
Target,
idea, but-
based on like the purchases that you've made at Target, they can identify, like within 3 years of your actual age, and pretty much like everything about you. Like,
Well, I
it's
think
unreal
anybody
how
can do
like
that.
how well they profile.
I'm scared. I'm not
They
going
have
to Target
these
anymore.
computer algorithms.
Pretty sure everybody already does.
Oh
it.
no,
Facebook's already done that.
no, all the companies are doing it, but like
that's
Target
a tech
like,
company. This is
started it.
a home, family friendly.
Yeah, but they need
Yeah.
to know what their target demographic is. No,
They-
we're off
yeah.
topic. We're talking about Target now. This is-
All right, Baker's dozen. I think we're set. Selena Gomez. We got pictures to her. Zac Efron,
Tom Holland.
Tom Holland. Get him on board.
Dude, I'd watch that movie. That's a cool movie.
You would.
The rest of the cast will fall into place.
We
right
can
after
target
that.
it to like the Red Dawn people. Like, and be like, hey,
Red
you
Dawn
fucked up with the Red
meets
Dawn, so this is
Home
what you
Alone.
did.
That's always a great pitch.
We
It's
can-
like,
we can
you
pitch it.
guys really fucked up with this project. Here's your chance to get it right.
Call it Better Red Dawn. Redder Dawn.
Red Dawn with a vengeance.
All
Baker's
right.
Dozen's such a great title.
Baker's Dozen is great. I like the name for this.
It is
I'm
good.
more interested in this now. I want to watch it.
Good.
I want to see it happen. Everybody in there is people I enjoy their work right now. Good stuff, Christopher.
Good job.
Get a couple of the kids from Stranger Things in it.
Ooh.
Oh my God!
How do
See,
we
the
not
cast
think of
just
that?
rounds itself
How
out.
did we not
Yeah.
think of that? Millie Bobby Brown?
Get that
She'd kick ass.
Finn
Yeah.
Wolf
For sure.
hard. Finn was that?
Finn
his name?
Wolf, kid's hilarious.
He's great.
Yeah.
He's an it. He's kind of busy. He's
Oh,
like,
that kid is good.
He may not
Again,
have time.
confused
He's
for,
not too busy
He may
for
not
this.
have time for Baker's dozen.
No.
He might read the script and be like, "Oh fuck yeah, I'm gonna take this."
If you
I
see the
want
script
this
and you
next.
want to do it,
I mean, he'd be like Tom Holland's in it. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Why would he be
No,
like that?
he would
Maybe
do it.
Tom Holland would be like, Finn Wolfhard's in it. I love Stranger Things. People are weird.
All right, now it's time for a shameless plug or anything you want to say to the viewers, the audience, the internet.
Anything I want to say? Check out our old web series, The House in South Bronson, particularly episode 1, which was featured on Tosh.0.
There'll be a
It's-
little.
Where is it? It's right here.
In front of you.
It's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so I wrote and directed a short film a couple years ago. It's called
yeah.
The Mint Chocolate.
Very good.
It's on themayo.com.
Put it on another platform here. Here, move it down a little.
Oh,
There you go. Or
so-
not. Move it
there
up.
it is.
It's your short film.
What?
Diagonal it.
It's called The Mint Chocolate, starring
Directed by
Breck
Chris Menown.
Bassinger and Coy Stewart of Bella and the Bulldogs.
Nice.
It was a cute film. I liked it. Actually, very good stuff.
I would watch that.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Okay, that's the time we have for now.
Is it? Is it enough time?
Chris,
Is that it? Oh, man.
That's good.
I'm sad. I want to talk about a new project.
Thank you. This is
Now you
Writers
wanna-
Block
now you
Party
wanna write this
Podcast.
project.
Come back for another one.
We're on Instagram at Writers
At
Block
Writers
Party.
Block Party PRTY.
Perfect.
And then
PRTY.
writersblockprty.com. And as always, this thank you to earthsumeshop.com. Power Up, the natural way. The
Power
natural
Up,
The natural way.
the natural way. Earthsomeshop.com. Good stuff.